Welcome to Ecamm. In this video, we are going to talk all about guest placeholders. And that is how we build and plan out our scenes and figure out exactly where we want our remote guests to be and where we want their cameras shots to show up before we ever need to connect with them. So it's really easy. It's great for us planners out there. And it actually works with both of our guest tools. So Ecamm's Interview Mode and Ecamm for Zoom, which is our new integration and a great way to bring guests on as well. In this video, I'm going to use Ecamm for Zoom, but I promise guest placeholders work the same regardless of what tool you're using in Ecamm. All right, so I am here in the main Ecamm window. I've called my scene main, and I'm going to build some new scenes to walk you through how it all looks and how to go about setting up those placeholders. So if I come down here and I hit this plus button, you're going to see my FaceTime camera. I'm going to come back here to the source menu. I'm going to change it to blank. And then I'm going to come over here into overlays and I'm going to click new camera overlay. So I'm going to do a side-by-side shot first. So here I'm going to click my camera. So I can come in here and I can kind of reposition myself. Let's say I want to be here. And then if I hold down the Option key, I can duplicate my camera. So that's what I'm doing here, duplicating it so I can line it all up and make my side-by-side shot look however I want. You might want to have a cool background or background color behind you or lower thirds or any other stuff. It all works the same way. For this video, we're just going to show you down and dirty how to add guest placeholder cameras. So what you want to do is come here and click on the pencil, and then you want to change over to guest one. All right, that right there is a guest placeholder camera. So now when our guest calls in later and when we assign that guest to guest one, everywhere that you've put that guest one placeholder, that guest will actually come in. So we can build and plan out our entire show in advance. And then when our guest connects in, they're ready to go. They're already there in all of the right places and spaces. So this scene we're going to call side by side so we can find the scene later. And then we're going to make a new scene. And we're going to come up here. And this time for the source, we're going to choose guest one. So this will be just guest one, big and looking awesome. So this is guest one. And then just to show you how this all works, I'm going to duplicate this scene. And I'm going to call this one guest two so that you can see the difference. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to select this camera as guest two. So now you see the number two down here. Guest one is here. And then me and my mystery guest are here side by side. So you can see guest one. All right. And I tricked Caleb into joining me over here on Zoom. So they've been hiding behind the scenes this entire time. Hi, Caleb. So over here, you'll see that Caleb has also shown up here in our Zoom window. So I'm going to click to add them. Click add camera. All right. And now I'm going to come up to these three little dots. So this, again, works the same way on Ecamm Interview Mode if that's what you're using. You're going to click in here and you'll see assign to placeholder. So for this demonstration, I'm going to assign Caleb to placeholder one. And they show up and they're here in the scene hanging out with me. And you can see that means that they'll also be full screen in guest one, but not in guest two because they are guest one and not guest two. If I come over here, back over here, and I move them from guest one, Caleb, to, nope, I actually want Caleb to be guest two. Then Caleb will show up in guest two, but not in guest one and not in the side-by-side. So I can go ahead and plan all of this out. I don't need Caleb to call in order to build all of these scenes out in advance. I can do it exactly how I want. I can make any changes and everything will work exactly how I want it to work. So set up with guest placeholders is going to save you a lot of time and just have everything looking exactly how you want to look. So you're not wasting any of your guest time either. Yeah. And then they just, again, they show up really, really, really easily. Right? So we can easily make these guest placeholders and we're able, let's change Caleb back so Caleb can be here in the shot with us. Guest one, right? So we're also, you can have as many guests on screen with you as you want, up to 10 for Ecamm Interview Mode and up to 8 for Ecamm for Zoom. That's a lot of people to have in one scene and one screen and on camera at the same time. It would feel chaotic, especially if I unmuted all of them, but you can technically do that, right? So that's why you see here in the guest placeholder, you see options 1 through 10, right? So you can come in here and assign 10 different people. And as they come in and out of your show or come in and out of scenes, they will always stay with their placeholder. So Caleb will stay guest one unless I change it. I don't know, other mystery guest would be guest 2 all the way up to guest 10. So that is placeholder cameras in a nutshell, and hopefully they help you with your guest management and your content and scene planning. If you have any questions at all, you can always drop them in the comments below, or you can reach us in the Ecamm community anytime, ecamm.tv/community, and you can find us there. Thanks so much. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.